What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in. This is your boy Raheem here with your boy Amir at Thoughts of a Millennial from After Hours. We haven't seen you guys in a minute, but here we are. There's been a lot going on, and oh my goodness, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things, but we will be breaking it up in shorter episodes just so that it's easier to consume. But without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, Amir, I don't know if you had a chance to watch what happened at the DNC and everything that was going on around the DNC convention, but you got any thoughts about that?
I mean, you know by now, man. Of course, I haven't watched it. So fill me in. It's not just for me; it's for everybody listening in. For those who don't know, let's fill them in, including myself.
All right, man, hold on. So, first of all, there was a few different headlines that came out of DNC. Okay, first of all, on the first day of the DNC, apparently there was a van parked outside that was offering free abortions and free. Um, I think what was it? It was something to do with men. So they actually
Of
had
course,
a vehicle parked outside that was offering these services free of charge to anybody that was attending the DNC.
sounds futuristic, man. Like mobile abortions.
Well,
You call it, they come to
the
your house.
the thing is that I everybody that supports the Democratic Party, the Liberal Party, if you still don't understand by now the agenda, I really don't know what else to say. I mean, these people are literally screaming in your face and telling you that we are against a nuclear family. They're literally one by one, step by step, they are doing everything in their power to step you completely away from a nuclear family, go into the LGBTQ transitioning, kids being able to transition without letting their parents know and everything, books about all sorts of nonsense for, very, very underage kids, right? I just don't know how you could still sit there and support this party that is literally ruining the country and ruining society for generations to come. We may not see the repercussions of everything today, but I guarantee you 10, 20, 30 years from now, these actions will matter because those are the generations that will get affected. Those are the generations that are getting affected because people are not having kids. People are stopping the nuclear family. They're confused. They have no idea what's happening. 10 years down the road, kids that had no idea what they were doing when they were transitioning are going to turn around and be like, what the hell did I do? How come nobody stopped me? How come nobody gave me good advice? So, hear my advice. Please, please wake up, open your eyes, understand what is happening around you, educate yourself and educate other people around you so that they know and don't feed into the media and how they're trying to brainwash you. Make decisions for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Amir, the thing is, the power of whoever is in charge that needs to make things happen or needs to change the course or trajectory of which we're headed towards is us, because it starts with us. It starts with you reaching out to your neighbor, your community members, your parents that are in the same, or they have the kids in the same school as you, right? You reaching out to these people and you standing up, joining forces and standing up against the education that is being pushed down, standing up and saying that no, we will not succumb to these ridiculous books that you are putting in the syllabus. We want our kids to be educated in this form and format. We're not going to make any exception. And it
Yeah,
all starts from education.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree. And me as a parent, I have these discussions with everyone who's a parent that I know in my circle. And we talk about this and we say that, yes, we've done this. We went to the school, we portrayed our interest. And if you, as you remember, when the education for all of this was becoming mandatory in our school curriculum,
Yeah.
there was a whole movement. Many people opposed it, but then, some school teachers were with it, some school teachers weren't. But at the end of the day, what ended up happening, whatever ended up happening was what they said that we're going to put this in play. So the way I see it, if it's out in the media and everybody's talking about it, the decision's already been made. They already know some people are going to oppose whatever the decision it is or whatever scenario it is, and some people will not oppose, but they're going to move forward regardless. So when I say people who have the time and who have the power to do something, I'm referring to people who are up there in the chain where their voice matters. Everybody that complained about it, all the parents that showed concern about it, everybody listened, but nothing happened to change it or to stop it, right?
But that's why you need to reach out to your local MPs, because here's the thing. If you think that you're going to get a one-on-one with people like your mayor, your, premier, or whoever it may be, it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen with just one person. It
Of
might
course.
happen when there you have a signed sheet with like 50, 100, 200, 300 names on it, that you're like, listen, we're protesting this. We're not going to stand up for this. We're not going to stand up for you breaking up nuclear families or pushing this type of agenda down our throats. We won't stand for it. And as soon as people start standing up for what they believe in, especially when it comes to education, and again, it's a very slippery slope, because when you give people too much freedom to stand up for whatever they believe in, people start taking advantage of that.
Of
and
course.
and we see that now in the GTA in Toronto. There's all types of protests, there's all types of groups, people protesting that they're protesting their grades, that they're getting failing grades in colleges and stuff. Are you kidding me? Like, honestly, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
unfortunately, people take advantage and they find any sort of loophole that works for them, because inherently the society that we have now become a part of, it never used to be this way.
yeah,
Since COVID, I feel, again, my opinion, since COVID, I feel that we as a society, all in all, have become more lazy. Why? Because we were forced into our home. We were forced to stay at home. We were given paychecks that, hey, if you stay at home, this is what you will get. Why would somebody want to go into work? So they inherently made us lazier. And these are the repercussions, right? We just spoke about repercussions. We just spoke about the fact that, some of these things are going to have repercussions 5, 10, 15,
yep,
20, 30 years down the road. We're seeing the repercussions of COVID. Look at the impact that it's had on kids that were born during COVID, kids that were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, and they were stuck at home. Look at the impact that's having on those kids. They've become very isolated. They don't want to socialize, completely antisocial. These behaviors are because we locked them up.
yep, yep. No, I have to agree with that. And you know what happened? Another side effect of that, kids became addicted to their screens.
Kids became addicted to their screens. We are hearing about what's happening with the vaccines.
Yeah.
that, heart disease, this, that. It's and now they're saying that, they're obviously elections are in November, and already Mpox is starting to make waves all over the place. There's new strains of COVID all of a sudden that have popped up. It's just look at the timing of these things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You gotta say that, these things happen, feels so strange that this happens right just in time type of scenarios.
You remember that one TikTok video that I shared with you? The lady is talking about, 95% of the people are just like walking zombies and stuff, and 5 or 4% are trying to wake them up, and
Yep.
1% is the one who controls the world.
Yep.
It That's what it is. Unfortunately, 90 to 95% of the people are just walking zombies because, just like you said before, they're so buried in their work life
Yep.
that they don't have time to worry about anything else. They don't know what's happening in their kids' lives. They don't know
Yep.
what's happening at school. They don't know. And this is the perfect opportunity for people that are trying to change their future, for
Yes.
them to come in and be like, oh, you know what? Okay. What do you think grooming is? That's exactly what it is, right? That's why they're targeting little kids, because now you're talking about a future
Ex-
generation, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, that.
So I just think that we need to, you know, the reason we're having this discussion is because Kamala Harris stepped into the race 2 days ago, right?
Mhm.
Not
That,
literally 2 days ago, but just, when was it? Like July 21st or something is when she
sure.
got, because
Okay.
July, when did Trump get shot? Trump's
That was.
assassination attempt was July 13th, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Holy
Yeah.
crow. July 13th, so that's a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
It literally feels like it's been a lifetime ago that Trump, got shot.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
crazy. In
Because of
the
all the other things that happen, it feels like it's buried down. It happened so much in the distant past.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Biden dropped out after Trump's assassination attempt. So
Right.
I think around July 21st or something like that. And so since then, up until then, Kamala had a negative approval rating.
Okay.
Since she got put on the ticket, all of a sudden her approval rating has gone through the roof.
So, do
Okay.
you think this is because Biden dropped, or this is because nobody, before she decided that she's going to step in, people just didn't show interest, and as soon as she opted in, people started showing interest.
What happened is, and again, this is the DNC playbook, until Biden dropped, they they pushed everybody. I mean, you saw it in the media. You saw everybody talking about, even after the debate that he had with Donald Trump, the
Hmm.
CNN, like all the left-leaning media, the liberal media was like, "Oh, that was, Biden was amazing, this, that, whatever the case may be." Everybody supported Biden. All of a sudden, you know, the day after, a few days later, the narrative changed, and it was because of the debate, because they couldn't hold on to it anymore, because they couldn't justify to the American public that, hey, this is who we should stand behind as the president. This guy is incapable. So all of a sudden, the rhetoric changed, the messaging changed,
Right.
and then it became support Kamala, right? DNC, star-studded event. There were, they leaked that Beyonce might show up to the DNC, which, by the way, Beyonce did not. Neither did Taylor Swift. But both of these were rumors that, if you go back and you actually type in Beyonce rumors or Taylor Swift rumors at the DNC, there's literally, like, you will find people that have put all the clips together. Every single news media outlet was saying the exact same thing, the exact same message, as if they had all, been part of a WhatsApp group or an email chain, and they had gotten their instructions that, hey, this is what you need to read out.
Hmm.
And why do you think that was? To attract more attention,
Yeah.
to get more people to show up,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't know if you follow Chris Cuomo or not, and you follow his podcast. He was there. He broke down how much money they're actually making at the DNC convention, how much each of those seats and each of those suites cost. right? We're not talking about, 10, 20, $30,000. We're talking about half a million, $1 million. This is how they raise money. Like, basically, if you put in $5 million as a donation, you're getting a chance to sit with the actual president, or with the president elect, or the front runner that's running for the president's job.
Yeah.
$5 million. That's all it takes. So it these people are all bought and sold, man. And it's not any different for the RNC. It's the same thing. They're raising money just the same. Donald Trump, we all stood behind Donald Trump. Why? Because, well, he didn't need any funding. No, he does. He does need funding. First of all,
Everybody needs funding.
the Democratic Party tried to stop all of his funding every step of the way. How many lawsuits did they bring upon him? They had him tied up in court case after court case after court case. All his money was tied up. How much money did he spend on lawyers? Of course he needs funding. But if you hear it from the liberal left-leaning media, it'll be like, oh, well, he said that he didn't need any sort of funding. He's bought and sold just like everybody else. No, that's not the case. It's because you took away all his funding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, here we are.
Well,
But
November's not far. I'm
November's not far.
excited to see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody that's going to be voting, everybody
Yeah.
that's registered to vote, I mean, please do not waste your vote. Please do not waste your opportunity. And please make sure you guys go out and vote, and vote with your heart, man. Like, the country is in shambles right now. And there's a lot of other stories that we're going to talk about as to why and what's happening. But I mean, that should just be it. Like, even just the first 10, 12 minutes of this podcast, it gives you a full breakdown of what the liberal left agenda is. So, please keep that in mind. And please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And make sure you share the channel to everybody that has been inspired by us, that has been forwarding or sharing this channel to even one person. I thank you. We thank you for
Absolutely.
everything that you're doing. Even if you haven't had a chance to share this with anybody else, that's okay, because eventually you will, right? Eventually you will, because you get value out of this. We're hoping that you get value out of this. And if you don't, then please leave it in the comments. Tell us why you hate us. Tell us why we should completely give up the podcast, right? Why there is no value in this and we shouldn't be wasting our time. Either which way, put it in the comments, because we would love to hear from you. And that's what's going to help us be better. Because I guarantee you, if you take a look at our first, episode of the podcast compared to now, we've made a ton of changes, gotten a whole lot better. At least I think so.
Yeah.
But, I might be biased. Either which way,
That
leave
is
it in the
true.
comments. Leave it in the comments. Let us know. And, we hope to catch you on the next one very soon. It's your boy Raheem and your boy Amir signing off. Catch you on the flip.